we've got a Centaur, and a Centaur is going to be up versus a Wind Ranger in lane, most likely. That sounds like a pretty decent Centaur lane, not gonna lie. He's not great recently, because I think he's just very lumbering, very clunky. No built-in mobility apart from his R. But a Wind Ranger, yeah, you can tank that. That's no problem.
I mean, the Retaliate's very... You wouldn't choose Vajja for the target with the Focus Fire, unless you're certifying and signing your, your death. Because I think he'll do more damage to yourself than you will to Vajja if he does.
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah, he's double ring of protection immediately. Going in for the Vanguard. That is what we like to see.
Many tips coming out there. I don't know what happened. Bit of did use an illusory orb there, but what happened in order to for the tips to come out. Meanwhile, so bad. Might scout out Supreme. He's having a little bit of a hidey hide within the trees. And they may see him here. I think Hellscream might see him. Let's see. Yeah, they do have great vision. They've got the Observer Wood here, so they're well aware where ITB are, as we can see. Daro is going to be the first one who heads forward with Otaka. And Nemiga are actually... Oh, no, they're actually thinking about it. Okay, they're going to go forward. Is Kudaro. Might be in trouble here. There's the Balance Strike along with the Hoof Stomp. Goodbye, Enchantress. Those Nature's Attendants are not going to heal you up fast enough.
Definitely not. And yeah, that Hoof Stomp's 2 seconds duration now. It's actually one of the better level 1 stuns in the game. So getting hit by that was ill-advised, and he pays the price.
And that's one of the reasons why he's coming back quite a lot as an offlaner. People are starting to realise this Hoof Stomp, especially at level 1, is really powerful.
Yep, and you can just utilize it the same way that a DK would with the Dragon Tail, like you just stun people and then the last hit.
I mean, look at that, 2 seconds already at level 1. It's 2 seconds doesn't seem a lot, but it really is. I mean, Black Hole's 5 seconds, and that seems like an eternity.
That's because, like, time slows down around it, though. Physics.
And so bad now, utilizing Arctic Burn. You can see, does quite a number on both Kidaro and Zibi.
This is a lane where So Bad is big. He's most likely going to be on the struggle bus a little bit, but if he can keep the Arctic Burn...
Radiant's top tower
what's
is
happening?
under attack.
Okay, so Hellscream actually was able to draw the creeps away underneath the tier 1 tower, but some of them actually took victim to the tier 1 tower. So it was only 2 creeps that got caught and 2 creeps which fell into the grasp of the tower. Meanwhile, we got Vajja here who's going to attempt to cut the creeps again. Only able to obtain 1. Actually taking a bit of damage here from Wind Ranger physical attacks. If there's anything more annoying, it's Wind Ranger physical attacking you from very far away. I've never been so annoyed at a hero who's physical attacking me on lane. I absolutely hate it.
I hate techies. Techies gets me.
Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst. You thought techies was done with the patch? He's even worse.
I don't think there's a way to do that hero that's not annoying. It just has to do with...
I gotta say, Ari's doing really well here to keep away Nemiga here. I mean, the Centaur, Vajja, is already around about 2/3 HP missing.
Yeah, this is going to improve greatly for him as soon as he's got his ring of health up, but yeah, it's very smart of him to avoid physical contact with that Wind Ranger up until that point. There's not really anything that Hellscream can do for him as a melee support here, like up versus Rubik Wind Ranger.
Supreme, really got to be careful here. He does have himself a Fairy Fire and a bit in his bottle. Water Rune's going to be spawning in around about a minute. Will stay on the lane, but still has to be careful. I mean, so will Ryan here, as he's also 2/3 HP missing. Meanwhile, Courier kill on the bot.
Like, I do wanna... We're just gonna talk over you here, because Tiny is supposed to be leading in the denies in this lane, and it's not even supposed to be close, but Malrine is kind of styling on Supreme right now.
It looks that way. 15 and 5. Oh, alright, actually going in for the harass, but the toss is there. Will this be enough to take down the puck? No, it will not, as Illusory Orb coming off cooldown. Won't actually go for it there. The healing salve actually comes out, but it's instantaneously cancelled, and the tip is there. Malrine just laughing away.
Absolutely worth for him. We're gonna get a minute 4
Radiant
rune,
structures are fortified.
Marine should be just fine, and just Supreme needs to guess away. He knows Marine's top. He's fine.
Scream trying to somewhat pull the wave again behind the tower. We'll get it this time though. Able to get that.
And then immediately vacates the premises to give as much EXP as possible to his centaur. Could really use another level. I mean, you might just go max retaliate here and become absolutely ungovernable this game. There's no damage to kill you.
I mean, even opting to go the Vanguard, I mean, the only magical damage they have is Power Shot, Avalanche, and Toss. I mean, the Thunderclap from Brewmaster, but it's not a lot. It's not a lot of nuke damage, so I'm more than happy for Centaur to be going at Vanguard. Meanwhile, though, they might get a kill on Iritich, as having to use the magic wand there, but no more spells remaining. The Cold Embrace is there. Will heal up the Alchemist a little bit.
Just a little, though. He's not exactly happy with this situation, but this is also kind of late in the game to actually be flying in any regen for yourself. It's just gonna have to deal.
Taker, on the other hand, rushing a Maelstrom on the Wind Ranger. Just around about 800 gold away from there, so this is going to be a very fast Maelstrom.
He's been laning completely undisturbed. I mean, the Centaur can't do anything to her, and especially because we have a double range lane up versus that center. Yeah. At least he's got his Ring of Health. Takes some jungle creeps here.
Got Health Scream rotating in. The Stable Concoction is there onto Zibby, along with the Balance Striker as well. And the Primal Spring will claim the life there of the Brewmaster. Zibby's going to fall from a nice rotation there from Health Scream.
Proving that his support can't really leave him.
Supreme's really having a hard time on this middle lane. But he does have himself a regeneration rune.
Excellent.
But actually, somewhat losing here in the last hit and denies one. Hook. Oh, I wanted to attempt to utilize a toss there. Was not able to. Kudaro coming in here, being a pest. Centaur. Well, so bad. Rotating in here with the Arctic Burn, laying it down. On both of the ITB heroes. Ooh, and interestingly, Vessel will be the first item that Zibby is going to try and obtain here. Will be very nice, especially against Centaur and Alchemist. That's what we like to see.
Both as well as reducing any possible heals coming out from the Winter Wyvern, disabling blinks from the Puck. All good stuff.
Unless you do something really jammy and get yourself a very nice phase shift and still able to blink through it. Because it's a small tick, isn't it? And it's real. I remember I remember like adding like I don't know, maybe perhaps like ignite from Ogre Magi, and I'm like, there's no way Puck can blink out of that, and then phase shift, and what do you know? Oh my gosh, I hate this game. It's usually really silly.
True. Some of them do not, in fact, deal damage immediately.
So how things looking for Otaka? He's actually getting bullied a little bit here. I mean, Vazia going in for the hoof stomp is just healing up. Got himself 2 rings of protection here. Vanguard as well can just cut the wave. And maxed retaliate here, so not having care in the world.
So mid?
Mid lane. Marine.
Yeah, there's a bit of a
then top.
cuffle.
Stomp. Oh no. We'll be able to phase shift and illusory orb out there. Meanwhile, that was a Centaur Stampede there for Otaka as well. Trying to find the kill. Meanwhile, Illusory Orb. Oh, connects onto 3. Dream Coil down. Will only land onto Kidaro here, but in return it'll be a support for a support. And the Avalanche, no mana remaining, but the Jolt does not need mana. As Marine able to escape and will TP.
And that was pretty close too, because I don't think he disjoint with that. So if Maureen didn't like wait the full phase out to actually dodge the hit, just would have bounced off towards him and actually murdered him on the end there.
Meanwhile, Divi utilizing the Primal Split onto the Alchemist, but he has himself the Chemical Rage, so just able to heal up here and not have a care in the world as the concoction is being charged up ready. Zibby in some trouble. It will connect, but meanwhile the Shackle Shot will connect onto 2 with Oteka rotating in. Will find the kill? Question mark onto Alchemist? Yes, he will. We'll be able to get it successfully there, but no. Oh, a lovely break on the tree with the Power Shot as well. So Hellscream is still going to pursue though nonetheless, as Oteka is actually saving his Wind Run in case Hellscream does cancel it there with the Boundless Strike. Boundless Strike comes out. It only connects there onto Zibby, but Zibby coming forward now with the Thunderclap. It will not reach the Winter Wyvern, and Winter Wyvern may fall here. Never mind. The Cold Embrace is there, and they will find the kill on the Brewmaster. And meanwhile, Kidaro dying around the mid lane, but in return, Supreme may perhaps get the kill onto Puck. No, Puck still able to survive.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That's 2 extremely close escapes on Nemiga. Supreme, yeah, there you go. Get in near. Wait, no, Puck. No, he's out. He's done. Big wins for Nemiga. That's a lot committed from ITB, starting with the Brewmaster split. Like, that was not even a one fight with a Brewmaster split. That's remarkable.
Uh-oh. Oteka in some trouble, and will just be melted there with the Illusion Rune on Malorine there. And Hellscreamer just granting vision with the tree dance. Will just be able to just rift and stun in place the Wind Ranger.
Come get healed.
Well, that does mean that the Puck is not mid from more harassment from Kitara. This man has watched the Celery channel. He knows what his job is. You grab a creep, and anytime there is a catapult on the mid wave, you show up with said creep. And sometimes even when there's not a catapult, actually. To ring the doorbell and go ding dong ditch, because they will come. It's the mid tower. They care about that.
Kidaro locked in place there by the Boundless Strike.
Ah, that's
wow.
Cool.
Killing spree for the +4 Monkey King. Opting to go a Orchid Malevolence here on the Monkey King as well.
Ooh.
That'll be nice, particularly for the Brewmaster.
Yep, greedy, but not at all an unexpected build here. I've seen this on support monkeys before. And getting a single target silence versus that Brewmaster is so powerful, and it really messes up the Wind Ranger before she gets a BKB as well.
Mm-hmm.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Centaur has just gone full defensive. He's got a hood now, he's got a Vanguard on top of those double rings of protection. I absolutely love it. And now a Blink Dagger, and this man is an absolute fortress. You can't... If he initiates on you, you're just going to have to work around him. Or spend literally all of the damage that you have, and the rest of the team is going to knock you off.
Meanwhile, nice snatch there from Supreme.
Was it?
Arcane Rune. But will they be able to get the kill onto Puck as it slows there? Oh! The Winter's Curse. That might kill Kidaro. Never mind. Kidaro will survive. We'll be able to use the Nature's Attendants. They throw up Centaur in the air with the Cyclone, bring him back down, but he's just ever so tanky and just tank through all this damage. Meanwhile, tree cut there onto the Monkey King. There's the Cold Embrace, keeping Hellscream alive, but the Power Shot will claim the life. That was a long-range Power Shot. Meanwhile, though, Puck might be in some trouble here. The silence there onto Supreme. He still lives, coming forward there with the Cinder Brew. Oh, and another Power Shot! Oteka sniping Nemiga! And now their Shackle Shot comes out there as well. Will this be enough to take down the Centaur? There's the toss and the Avalanche, perhaps so? Question mark. The Cold Embrace is there. Will heal up Vazia. There's another Power Shot again. The slow from the Cinder Brew and the toss. ITB, they're doing it. They find themselves 3 kills here. And they're going to find themselves a middle tower possibly as well.
Beautifully done. And a lot of that is on the back of Ari, actually. He's got a full mana pool when he comes into that fight, steals the illusory orb, and then sets up for both of the snipes from the Wind Ranger there. Powerful plays from the Rubik.
Zibby with Cinder Brew level 4 as well, really having an effect, movement slow and ignite damage. It's actually doing quite a bit for the team, really controlling them in place. Or, of course, Taker just to get himself these absolute trick shot power shots. It is very satisfying for just the end of the tip of the power shot. Oh, meanwhile, Avalanche and Toss along with the illusory orb. Malrine just gets decimated.
Fast fingers from Ari
Radiant's
there.
middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, there it is. Puck into Rubik. You're never quite sure if you're
So
like...
bad. In some trouble. Blink Dagger. Ready on Supreme. Kidaro scouting out for the Winter Wyvern. There's the toss and the power shot. That will be enough to take down the Wyvern. Now ITB is starting to have some presence within the game now. And surprisingly, it's thanks to this power shot as well and the Blink Dagger that they've been able to pick up on Supreme. But Alchemist has indeed had himself a free game. Well, not so much a free game. Well, a free time right now for the past few minutes. He's got himself a Radiance. So he's starting to be able to farm. What we got in the net worth wise, he is on top here with 7.8k net worth. But the cause on ITB slowly recovered this game with thanks to those kills, and they're doing quite alright right now.
And just in case you're wondering about the build of the Alchemist here, because we've seen a lot of Battle Furies before, and now we're dipping back into Radiance. In this game specifically, here's all of the evasion that he's up against, both from the Brewmaster as well as from the Wind Ranger. The Radiance is by far the most damage effective item, because the farm speed between the two doesn't really matter that much.
Ooh, this might be the Wyvern dead here. The Spirit Vessel and the Cinder Brew doing quite a bit, but the Spirit Vessel will block most of the heals there from the Cold Embrace, and they'll find the kill. That Spirit Vessel really working out now that they've finally got it.
And they're looking for Rush on top now as well. Blink.
Yeah. Bazia.
Oh, wait.
Always going to get tossed back, Taker. Does have himself the Shackle shot there. The power shot's there as well, along with the Focus Fire with that Maelstrom damage. But really being cautious here, Taker does not want to die by the hands of Nemiga, as the Wukong's command along with the Dream Coil comes out there, but they have no follow-up damage. That Dream Coil has gone to waste there.
Then again, all of the initiative taken from ITB here as
Supreme.
well.
Ooh, Avalanche attempt there will not catch the puck. That was very close.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Arine's scared for his life. Going Kaya, and most likely going to get the Sanj on top of that, right? Which is going to protect him a little bit, but...
Zibi. Trees there. Just did meet so bad there on the Wyvern for a little eye glare through the trees. They're practically 10 centimeters next to each other, but they'll leave each other alone. Now, Agnims is the next option now for Zibi, but maybe perhaps he might want to change his mind later in the game. We'll see. Maybe perhaps he can get off his Primal Split before Monkey King will be able to silence the Brewmaster.
And what we've seen this morning, at least in China, is that the real reason that you get an Aghanim Scepter is not specifically because of the uptime, but it's so that you feel comfortable pressing your R before you walk into the fight because you have another one.
True.
Yep.
It does
I'm only partially joking. It's because you do need to do that versus several silences here, especially with the Puck already having one. And you never know where this Monkey King is going to hang out, so he will most likely want to pop it before he goes in. In that regard, it's, I don't want to say just as good as a BKB, but it'll do some of the same kind of work, which is helping you get your ultimate off.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Alchemist is still somewhat having a fun time right now, further accelerating in the net worth. Meanwhile, Otaka having a bit of trouble. Expected there for a carry Wind Ranger, which I don't think I've seen ever.
Scanning.
It is what it is. But it has been having quite an effect, though. I won't lie.
Yeah. He has been very active with it as well, and actually kind of impressed because he's playing this more mid style.
Toss. Supreme will clean himself up a kill there onto So Bad. Killing spree for him. further accelerating his gold to get himself an Echo Saber. Meanwhile, let's got himself that Blink Dagger now. Will blink away. Does not want to be in the proximity of ITB for any longer for a potential death. As, oh, this is quite aggressive play here from Zibby. Might be looking to
Radiant's middle tower
head in the
is
triangle.
under attack.
All the way on his own too. It is team. Gonna make contact on top lane. No, Vasha is actually backing off.
Dire are scanning.
Did they see this rune being picked up? I don't think they actually had the vision, so they don't know that Scream is here in this, but they're sure guessing that he's up to something.
Definitely. They do have the BKB though now. Giritich is still farming up passively, easily, especially with the Devil's Greed. As the Blink Dagger coming very soon, BKB already achieved, and then maybe perhaps we might see the tide of the game turn around, as it'll be a 5v5 instead of a 5v4. Monkey King scouting out here with the tree dance. Maybe perhaps they want to try and find a kill here onto Supreme or Ari and Kidaro. They've actually just committed the stomp there. Maybe perhaps ITB are going to try and do something with this. Never mind. Doesn't have the cancel there for the Blink Dagger, even though they use telekinesis. As Vajja able to just move back. Not a problem. Meanwhile, Hellscream in the back lines of ITB though. I'll be able to scout something out, but they're very split here. Nemiga.
Dire's
Very
middle tower
much
is
buying
under
time.
attack.
There's a Blink Dagger coming up on his
Radiant's top
Alchemist.
tower
Once
is under
that's there, I
attack.
think they're going to switch into higher gear again. We've seen from Heritage how good he is at keeping his head down until he hits this timing, and then he's suddenly everywhere. And
Oh, meanwhile, no take it with the Shackle Shot there. It will not connect. Power Shot will scout out the Wyvern, but does have enough damage. Yes, BKB will be there as well, and Otaka is just going to move like the wind and trot on back. Meanwhile, though, Hellscream also being found here. The stolen Balor Strike, locking Monkey King in place of his own spell, and they found the kill. Goes to Zibby on the Brewmaster. Although,
excellent kills here for ITB.
I gotta say, Malrine is sitting behind the tree here with a double damage, as there's no BKB here onto Otaka. Do they have enough damage? There's the silence, along with the damage there as well from the, yeah, there's the Dream Coil. Wait for those spells to come off, cooldown. What is Otaka gonna do? Oh no, actually breaks the coil! Oh dear! That might have been a little bit of a misplay there. Not
He
good.
was being so careful. It's hard to judge the distance in the trees, though. I don't think he could see the center of the coil very well.
Take that.
That's painful. And his team was actually looking to see if they could snag a kill onto Kiritich in the mid at the same time. Like, they had info that the puck was otherwise engaged, but they couldn't actually make it happen. The Tiny did not get the right jump.
Concoction being charged up. Kidaro is locked in place. By Hoof Stomp as well. And a slow physical attack from Kiritich. He'll be able to claim the life there of the Enchantress.
I like this
Meanwhile,
natural
though,
build-up.
an attempt there for Puck's life as an avalanche came out. As Ari also going to miss the Balor Strike there. Supreme might be in some trouble. Does not have himself any
he is.
form of kind of BKB here. Oh, avalanche there. Will he be able to blink out? No, because of that radiance. And they find the kill there with the Rift. That's going to be Supreme down. Was not expecting that. That was a bit of a misplay on ITB's behalf. Decided to come back in it now.
And the switch has been flipped. Kiritich is now showing up, and he is fast-paced working his way towards an AC. And that's what I was gonna talk about, is that you now get yourself an initiation tool with that Blink Dagger and the Concoction Stun to cross distances and initiate with. And then the item that you're going to buy afterwards is Tower Consequences with the AC, and it follows each other up so naturally. First you claim the area between tier 1 and tier 2, then from the kills that you get there, you buy yourself an AC, you get the tier 2s, and then you get an Abyssal for the high ground.
Yeah. Oh, meanwhile, they found themselves Kidaro again. Possibly never mind. The level 1 untouchable is too much. There's Avalanche there as well. Kidaro definitely going to fall here from the concoction as Kadoink will fall. And meanwhile, Wukong's Commandos came out. That's another kill there for Nemiga. Make it a triple kill. As they find themselves. Zibby here sitting around was locked in place there within the Wukong's command.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And now my question is, where was Oddbacker? Because ITB surely saw this coming. Like, if we can see that this Alchemist is going to be here as soon as he has the BKB blink, then surely they know this as well. But that was not a 5 versus 5 at all. Instead, Otakar is on his bot lane working away at a Daedalus, but I'm not sure if he can afford to lose so much space and so many teammates on this top lane while he's farming that.
Interested to see who his target will be with this Daedalus. But decide to go on the Alchemist in these fights.
And Tiny is going Axe.
Huh.
When's the last time you've seen this?
Gotcha.
Honestly, I think it was about a month ago. It can work sometimes, but I feel it's a very situational item. Maybe perhaps Supreme doesn't want to be jumping in now and wants to try and turn around with a tree volley. It sometimes is pretty nice. Maybe perhaps he can't land his physical attacks quite a lot, so he wants to do it from a range, and that does help, especially when you're against something like of the likes of an Alchemist and a Puck. But I've got to smoke up. Blink Dagger achieved on Malrine as well.
Radiant's middle tower
Maybe
is
perhaps
under
they
attack.
know where the Monkey King is. Never mind, they're going to head themselves left. The smoke's going to break. Oh, Vazia. They're going to go up on the high ground. It's now so bad here. Ready with the curse, and the primal split will be utilized. BKB though, and the concoction will easily take out Ari. There's Kitty Titch. Goes to work. As now they really want to try and kill Zibby here. As now they'll use the curse there, and Zibby will maybe perhaps be able to get away. Gonna use the Cinder Brew there, and another clap. But there's the concoction. Locking in the Brewmaster in place will fall, but a Balance Strike landing there onto Kadaro. Wants to go for more as the Dream Coil will be broken. Shackle Shot there though, however, but they've got themselves a Hoof Stomp on the backlines there along with the Rift as well, but the BKB has been activated there onto Utaka. Utaka going to be able to get out, and there's another concoction now to Kadaro. And that will definitely be the Enchantress dead, with thanks to the Primal Spring from Hellscream.
Long chasing sequence for Nemiga, and it really starts off with ITB not having the vision to actually jump a backliner. They're not in place to get themselves on top of this Winter Wyvern, who is their best opening kill. And when they do get a shackle on the Puck, most of the cores of ITB are already backing off, so they can't actually follow up on that at all. And without either of those kills, yeah, you're going to get chased out, absolutely.
Now they get themselves an Aegis now. That's not what ITB wanted there. They're still around about 400 gold away from this Agnims, and now Zibby might be in some trouble again. Never mind. We'll be able to get back safely. As Agnim's still on the way here for Supreme. It's a kind of a difficult situation that ITB are in, though. What can they do? I mean, they could perhaps just try and sit back and not try and initiate in these fights unless the fights are forced high ground.
Yeah.
As Agnim's definitely going to help on Tiny with dishing out the damage from a range. And the Agnims as well on Brewmaster, so he gets himself the 2 charges into Primal Split, which I think will definitely help.
Yeah, and it's pretty clear that you don't need me, because I accidentally was muted, and I was saying the exact same thing. Like, it looks like ITB is gearing up for high ground deep. Because here it is.
Under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
As there we go. Agnim's now achieved.
Okay.
Get that Quelling Blade out of your inventory. And TP to the top, as we're already Nemiga already initiating their aggressive siege upon ITB. A Shackle Shot, very nice Shackle Shot, landing onto 2, but where's the damage? We don't have it.
Yeah, you know what, either.
Primal Split coming out there, will disrupt there onto the Alchemist as well. Wukong's command coming out, however, but still no damage being outputted here from ITB. I mean, what can they do? They'll just have to force the rest of Nemiga back. Is that what they'll do? But still, no damage here on ITB.
And it's so hard. It's really all going to be this Wind Ranger who has to deal the damage, and the Demon Edge is getting close. She's going to be hitting pretty hard, but with how tanky these two cores in the front are, it's so hard to imagine that she's ever going to be able to burst somebody fully. And that is the real problem here, right? Because you have this sustain from the Winter Wyvern who's also looking for an opportunity for a good Winter Scourge. You've got the sustain from the Alchemist coming out. Like, if you need to spend a lot of time blinking away at somebody in this team fight, they're still going to kill the rest of your team. Like, sure, the Daedalus is going to be a lot of damage, but if they don't get, like, anybody else than Vasha or Kiritich, like, I think it still doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, they've even got themselves a Heaven's Halberd now for the Wind Ranger as well, which is even more annoying. 5-second disarm feels like forever. So got to make sure to pre-use that BKB so you don't get disarmed, because even if you do use the BKB, you're still disarmed through the Heaven's Halberd.
Does not dispel. One of those nice exceptions that
Uh-oh, take it. Gotta be really careful here. We'll be able to get the Observer Ward D-Ward. Want to go too far, and now we got ourselves an overwhelming blink coming out on Alchemist. Next item. Up next is indeed a Abyssal Blaze, which will just be 10 times worse now for the Wind Ranger.
Enjoy that he went the overwhelming blink first, because it's very clear that this lineup has trouble sieging towers, and you're going to have to get an opening kill first. Well, Kiritich is a self-sufficient, strong, independent woman who don't need no man, in spite of actually being 2 men. And he will just do that himself, make his own space, get his own kills for his own high ground siege. I like it.
Find themselves a double damage. Able to do anything with it. Ari waiting around in the trees here. It'd be much better if they just wait out this Aegis. No, I just don't want to fight, and that it's got 1 more minute. I want to play it safe. I mean, they've got themselves some items. Supreme's decided to go next. BKB, yeah. Be right, and here he can just play a Creep Wave. Meanwhile, though, a Shackle Shot has been connected down to Kiritich, but the silence now onto the Wind Ranger there. And look at the damage come out. They're actually being able to take down the Alchemist. Alchemist, though, did save his Chemical Enrage and BKB as well. They've got to be careful here. The Focus Fire still going forward, but there is so much damage coming out onto the Wind Ranger. That's going to be able to take it down. The Dream Core there, connecting onto Supreme also. That's going to be Hellscream dead. Maybe perhaps no. There's the Cold Embrace. Got to heal back up the Monkey King. Supreme still in some trouble. Laying down the damage, Malrine is, but the Blink Dagger will claim the life there of the Tiny. And Kiritich will just focus his attention onto Zibby. That's going to be 3 dead, 4 dead, as Puck actually jumping within the base of ITB. Maybe they'll get themselves a team wipe.
Yeah,
the Witchblade. There. Where's the Rift? Oh, and Centaur coming forward. Yeah, they will get themselves a team wipe there. So Kiritich just doing work with this overwhelming Blink Dagger. They get themselves a team wipe. The damage was just too much, as they already committed BKB early there for the Alchemist Aegis. They just came back. If only they waited around about a minute for this Aegis to die.
And the Tree Volley was a good attempt from Supreme, but he just doesn't really have the punch behind it. If you have any proper damage items on that Tiny, I can see that doing work from a relatively safe distance. But with how narrow the map is in that point, he was too close to his enemies, and next to that, like, he just didn't deal enough damage. And yeah, there she was, the Wind Ranger, blinking away and not killing anybody fast enough before the backup arrived. It feels like too little too late.
Now they've got themselves, they're going to go for a cheeky smoke here. The smoke already broke it by Bug as the illusory orb came out. Oh dear. Well, ITB actually taken by surprise from that play as Marine. Toss. Interestingly, does not go for Puck.
Completely wrong, and I'm sure you know you're completely wrong.
Really, what can ITB do now? As Ari has just been bullied here by the Puck, with thanks to this Octarine core that's now picked up, so a lot less cooldown now on these spells and the increased range.
Yeah. So if you're ITB here, your goal is basically still the same. You're still fishing for opening kills on either of the supports or the Puck. If you like, the Puck has 0 defensive items, right?
Yep.
So if you accidentally manage to catch him, you get the most valuable kill on the board. The problem is though that Malrine doesn't have to play forward whatsoever because he's got two beefy boys sitting right in
Oh, the
front.
charging concoction, the stomp. Oh my god, Otaka is just decimated by the hands of Nemiga. As now the Dream Core there, landing onto Zibby also, along with that silence and the bash and the concoction. Not a chance to even utilize the primal split as the buyback has to come out from Otaka here, but now looks like Nemiga are just going to clean up. What can Supreme do? He's not in any range of any trees. He really can't utilize this this Agnims.
No, he cannot, and the jump is waiting. The center wants to go again, this alchemist wants to go again. They haven't even had to spend the Winter's Curse yet either. It's really only the Dream Call, and that'll be up again.
They're just waiting for Brewmaster right now to come back ITB up. Really, there isn't much that they can do right now.
Supreme just bought out for a Crystallis. Damage. Yeah, and now hide in the trees. I kinda almost wish that he would have sold more and just like get 2 Crystallises or something like that. Because you're gonna get one more fight and you're going to hopefully be sitting in the trees for that, right? You don't need the wall. You got a Blink Dagger. Just sell everything. Acquire damage.
Well, they've got themselves a smoke now, so they're going to attempt, maybe perhaps, use this Agnims. I mean, Roshan's back up in 30 seconds. If they could get themselves a team wipe here on ITB, or pick themselves someone off to head into the Roshan, it could be big. I mean,
they'll only need 2 more team wipes.
Nemiga is aware of something. As now the Primal Split coming out there, and they found themselves the Monkey King. Will this be enough damage? Is now, oh my gosh, Kitty Teach coming in there with the overwhelming blink. They're able to find the kill down to Ari, but in return, Monkey King will fall along with Supreme as well. That's Supreme dead. The Focus Fire now coming out onto Kitty Teach, but there's not going to be enough damage because the Abyssal Blade is there along with the Concoction as well. That's just going to be Otaka gone, dead, down for 94 seconds. It's Kirito now as well. Will fall to the hands of the Witchblade as now a Winter's Curse coming out there onto the Primal Spawnlings, and they'll just decimate them there as it's just the oh no, just able to get it in time, but doesn't have any more splits as the Abyssal Blade and the Concoction is all there, and they're just going to take down ITB as it really looks to be not their game right now. I mean, even the creeps are pushing in. Malrine rotating in to help. It looks like they're just going to go for the end game here.
Yeah, there is absolutely nothing left in the tank here, and man, you can see Otaka realizing that he can't come into that engagement until the jumps are down, but only one of the jumps ever gets used. Like the Alchemist goes in, and as soon as Otaka's BKB ends, he immediately gets a center Warrunner to the face and is stunned and dead. The layered approach that Nemiga gets to take because they have so many items ahead of ITB is just, dude, there's no outplay possible there.
As now they head for the Ancient. ITB in some real trouble here. Supreme getting locked in place by Hoofstomp and Dream Coil. The stolen coil embrace there from Ari will heal up Supreme. An attempted use there at the tree volley, but it won't be enough. And ITB are indeed going to call GG. They'll lose their Ancient, and Amiga Gaming will be able to take game 2 out of this best of 3 and eliminate ITB from these close qualifiers.